Momo Shimizu. Nice to meet you. Nice attitude. This handsome, capable guy's coming to my team.
Ogata, Ito, got a minute? 30 minutes after the 9 a.m. start, caught by the manager, I, Kentaro Ogata, pause my work and stand up. This is the Nagoya branch sales department of Actuary Matomo Inc. What is it, Manager Kuwana? He's Noboru Kuwana, who transferred from the HQ 3 years ago when the web development division was launched. Yup, it's about the new mid-career hires. His transfer was partly due to big changes in HQ personnel, but mainly to rebuild this branch. Yes, the truth is, the previous manager's skills had declined, and the Nagoya branch had been falling apart for a year. It was nearly shut down, but Kuwana managed to turn things around in just 1 year, even after a string of deficits. He's only 2 years older than me. No wonder he was a candidate for the next HQ manager. Instead, Kazuya Hashimoto, one of his former subordinates, was appointed manager at HQ. He's my age, 29, and already a manager. I have nothing but respect for both of them.
So, we're getting new hires? It's been a while.
Yeah, we restarted new grad hiring in Nagoya last year, and that kept us pretty busy. But now things are more stable, so we're slowly starting mid-career hiring to boost our profit targets.
You really helped me back then.
She says with a smile. She's Sakura Ito, one of only 3 assistant managers here. She was promoted to an assistant manager this year after joining as a new grad last year. They're still finishing up training with HR, but I wanted to share this with you ahead of time. We looked over the resumes Kuwana gave us. 2 people will be assigned at the same time. I'll leave it up to you two to decide who goes to which team. 1 man, 1 woman. 1 experienced, 1 inexperienced. And the experienced ones from a rival firm. The experienced one from a rival will obviously be more ready to go. But if I'm training them, I prefer a guy over a girl. I'm good with either. I'll leave it to you, Ito.
Got it, then.
Of course she picked that one. For a moment, Ito glared at me like she was annoyed. But that's how we ended up preparing to welcome the new hires. Then the following week, this is Assistant Manager Ogata from Sales Division 1 and Assistant Manager Ito from Division 2. You two will join their respective teams.
I'm Momo Shimizu. Nice to meet you.
The 2 mid-career hires, now finished with training, arrived in the sales department. I worked front of a house at a restaurant my last job. I'm Chuya Yusui. I changed careers to build funds to one day open my own place. I'll give it my all.
Nice attitude. This handsome, capable guy's coming to my team.
With those words, Ito glanced my way with a triumphant smirk as I stood frozen. She probably thinks I regret my choice of assignment. But I don't. Or maybe I do. For a completely different reason. Because... so short. Right, Shimizu-san. The experienced hire turned out to be quite petite. Well, height has nothing to do with personality, but still. What am I gonna do? I'm already bad at training female staff. Can I even work with her? I'm over 190 centimeters tall, big and expressive, and not great with words. People, especially women and kids, tend to find me scary. Plus, I was in an all-boy kendo club through middle and high school, so I still don't really know how to talk to women. She seems even more timid than I imagined. In this line of work, some quit in just 3 days if they're mentally fragile. No, that's not the point right now. I'm Ogata from Division 1. Nice to meet you, Shimizu-san.
I'm Momo Shimizu. Nice to meet you.
Staggered by how much she resembled a small animal, I managed to switch into assistant manager mode. And so, full of anxiety, I welcomed the new mid-career hire. You probably heard this during training, but after showing her to her seat, I immediately started explaining the job. We're a venture company, so we need people who can hit the ground running, especially experienced hires. For new hires, we usually have them call small businesses where they can directly reach the owner. But experienced hires have full freedom. Pick whatever approach works best for you.
I learned that in training, so it's okay if I just do cold calls, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's best if you can do both. But I think it's better to focus on your strength.
Huh?
I heard you're good at cold calling, right?
Yes?
Then would you rather stick to cold calls? Of course you're welcome to do sales visits if you want to.
I'd like to stick to cold calls. Please?
She declared it so clearly I was taken aback. Right. Then, Shimizu-san, you'll focus on cold calling. Let's decide on an industry to target today. Then, based on that, we'll create your script, gather some leads, and start calling from tomorrow.
I'd like to focus on the food service industry. I've already prepared a script.
When I looked at the script she handed me, impressive. It's solid. Probably thanks to some practice during training, it was well structured and usable in our company without any habits from her previous job. By the way, a script is the basic outline for a cold call. For someone like Manager Kawana, though, a script isn't even necessary.
Seikun, you'll start with cold calling too. Got a preferred industry? Food service maybe?
Yes! I've worked with food services before, so I think it'll be easier for me. I was even being considered for a promotion to manager at my last place.
Really? That's impressive. Okay, let's have you target food service too. We'll start by building a script. You should still have the one you used in training, right? Try modifying that for food service first.
So Shimizu-san started gathering leads for the food industry ahead of schedule today. And Yusui-kun began working on his script. Then in the afternoon, during the 3-4 p.m. idle time, typical for restaurants between prep and service, we decided to try some actual cold calling, but then...
Sorry to bother you during such a busy time. I'm Shimizu from Actuary Matomo Inc.
As soon as the calling started, I froze. Shimizu-san, who had been so timid before, now spoke clearly and confidently. And who might you be?
That's exactly what so many owners say, so that's perfect timing. I'd love to stop by and explain with some materials. Your restaurant's lunch ends at 2 p.m., right? I figured you need about 30 minutes to clean up, so I was thinking of coming around 2:30? Would tomorrow or the day after be better for you?
Before I realized, she was already moving into the close. A few of the remaining office employees held their breath as they watched. 3 minutes passed.
Whew.
That's amazing, Shimizu. You already got an appointment? As Manager Kawana said that, applause and cheers broke out. She's beyond expectations. Even the best hires usually need time to adjust to a new company's style. But she got an appointment with just a few calls. That alone is impressive. But it wasn't just that. She even asked them to have their bank book and seal ready at the close. Yes, that's what really set her apart. The reason her close took about 3 minutes was because of that instruction.
Thank you so much. With restaurant owners, they might make a decision on their own. So I thought they might decide on the spot. Just wanted to be prepared.
The best part of closing on the spot is eliminating the risk of actually, never mind, later. Of course, I wanted to be sure before signing. But from a sales standpoint, if we can get a decision then and there, it saves time and reduces risk. And if they're willing to hear the full close, even if it takes time, it means they're genuinely interested, so the lead is high quality. That was incredible, Shimizu-san. Honestly, our small team can't afford to waste time on bad leads. That's why good leads are such a huge help. Thank you.
Not at all. It might have just been luck, so I'll stay focused and keep working hard.
Since Shimizu-san wants to stick to cold calling, I passed the lead to another team member. That's how Shimizu-san's first day ended on a high note. Meanwhile...
Huh. I totally thought she'd quit right away, but she's got skills.
Assistant Manager Ito immediately changed her view of Shimizu-san.
Well, she has experience. Usui-kun, you're starting fresh, so of course there'll be a gap at first. No need to rush. Let's go at our own pace.
Yes, I'll practice over and over until I get results. Leave it to me. Alright, in the end, Shimizu's first appointment didn't result in a sale. They got as far as the contract signing, but the credit card screening didn't pass. But 2 weeks later, on a day off, I was out shopping for a gift to celebrate her first successful sale.
No way! I can't believe you'd actually buy me something just for my first order.
Yeah, that first appointment didn't work out, but the second one did. Well, it's kind of a tradition here. From now on, if you hit your monthly goal, the assistant manager will buy you something.
Wait, but won't that be hard on the assistant manager's wallet?
We've got an incentive system. The ones with the best numbers become assistants, so they're top earners. A little celebration gift is nothing.
But the manager said you might as well ask for high-end brands. So this Kokomo...
Ah, I heard young women like Nunu. I see now. It really is cute.
60,000 yen?
I thought a business card holder would be good. But what kind does Shimizu like? Maybe something simpler, like the Louvda brand this lady here recommends.
Louvda's even more expensive, right? I really can't accept this. I'm grateful, but it's just too expensive.
We stepped outside the store and Shimizu told me that. Shimizu, our company's policy is, if you are a salesperson, earn well, eat well, and wear good stuff. It might sound flashy or materialistic, but that's not the point. The more things you experience, the better you'll be at thinking and feeling. Honestly, nowadays, good products and solid systems sell themselves. Yet salespeople still exist because trust in the person behind the product still matters. So, what kind of salesperson earns that trust? Of course, you need product knowledge and some psychological tricks, and it depends on the customer. But ultimately, it's about being someone people feel they can count on. So I want you to have lots of experiences, failures, and successes to grow as a person. Wearing something expensive is part of that experience. If you wear it, still think it's not for you, that's fine. Suddenly realizing, crap, I rambled again. Did it come off preachy? Did I scare her? As I panicked inside.
I never thought about it that way. Honestly, I just thought it was kind of flashy and gross.
She looked confused, but she wasn't panicked. Totally different than I'd expected.
Assistant Ogata? The reason I joined this company was because they told me I could do only telemarketing if I had the skills. As you know, I was in the sales department of a rival company. Unlike here, They didn't let me focus just on telemarketing.
That rival company targeted the same clientele as us.
I understand it's the sales department, so sales are part of the job. But I'm really bad at it. I know it's not for me. That's why when you said on the first day, better to grow what you're good at, I was honestly so happy. Since I can't do sales, I wanted to contribute through telemarketing as much as I could. So I figured I'd hardly visit clients, and a business card holder would just go to waste.
Well, it's about subtly showing clients that you're successful and trustworthy. But it's not about showing off, so don't worry about that.
Okay. You're right. It's not good to dismiss things before experiencing them. For my own growth, I'll try eating good food and wearing good stuff. And since I won't be doing field sales, I'll just keep racking up appointments non-stop.
Yeah, then let's keep looking around.
Yes! I want to check out Sereneko too.
Oh, nice. There should be one nearby. Let's go look. In the end, we settled on a Sereneko business card holder for her first sale gift. And somehow, the awkward distance between us began to feel more natural from that day on. After that, Shimizu kept booking more and more appointments. Even after we expanded the client types and started targeting larger companies. Her telemarketing skills kept our number climbing. Meanwhile, Assistant Ito's team was constantly struggling with their figures. That's because Yusui was contributing absolutely nothing.
Get it together already! You messed up again? Do you even know how many times that makes?
About 5 months after Yusui joined, Ito was yelling at him practically every day. Sorry. Mid-career hires usually get their first sale by the 3rd month at the latest. But Yusui still hadn't landed a single appointment or contract. Desperate, Ito assigned him to only do field sales to get that first win.
Today's lead was high quality, someone who clearly wanted to sign during the appointment. There was plenty of time, they had a great attitude. Even a new grad could have closed that one unless they really blew it. So what happened?
She took a deep breath, calmed down, and asked. Impressive. Considering she's only in her 2nd year, but... I messed up the contract forms too many times.
What? Messed up the forms?
As soon as she heard the reason, she exploded again. Hearing it out loud made it worse, and I couldn't understand why.
That was covered during your training before placement.
I did it perfectly back then, but I haven't done it since, so I forgot.
Didn't you say you'd keep practicing over and over? Was that a lie? You've been going to sales meetings all this time. How could you forget something like that? It's been 5 months.
I'm really sorry. Ogata, your team met its target this month, right? Why not take Shimizu out for some tea? There's a nice cafe 5 minutes away. Grab some cake and unwind a little. With that, Manager Kuwana handed me a 5,000 bill, and yeah, Ito's rage today didn't look like it cooled down anytime soon. Thanks. Shimizu, you can stop the cold call for today? Let's go get some tea. Don't need your wallet, just bring your phone, okay?
Okay.
Seeing Shimizu nod firmly, I started getting ready to head out too. But things were going great at first. They praised me for knowing my stuff, saying it made sense as I came from the food service industry. When I said my old company still wants me back and even offered a manager position, they started trusting me more.
And yet, why are you bringing that up now? We're talking about the contract forms you couldn't fill out. Are you trying to brag about how capable you are right now? Enough with the smooth talk and excuses. No matter how much praise you get, it's worthless if you can't close the deal.
Just as I finished getting ready and was about to leave the office, while hearing Ito's angry voice.
Even a dropout high school grad became an assistant manager, and yet you, a college graduate, can't even handle this? We're doing a full review starting now. Get back here. Ogata?
About 2 hours later, we finished our tea and returned to the office. But Yusui didn't come back by the end of the workday. In fact, the next day and the day after that, he never showed up again. And then, 3 days after his unexcused absence, Ito, I think Yusui's gone. You should assume he's not coming back. Kuwana had called assistant manager Ito to the meeting room for a talk.
I see. Well, I haven't been able to reach him at all either, so that's probably it.
Even if you can't reach him, the company can't punish Yusui for this. It's still considered unpaid labor, so by labor law, we have to pay him his wages.
Oh, it's frustrating. After all that training I put into him.
Still, it's not like there's nothing we can do. That part's already taken care of. Ito, in the end, I believe this experience was something you needed.
What do you mean?
I let you and Ogata decide the placement this time. I did that because I wanted to see how you'd think.
Huh?
Let me be blunt. You look down on people based on their education, don't you? Ito is one of the few high achievers academically in this company. At HQ, there's apparently a sub-manager who's an ultra-elite high-risk from an overseas university. But aside from that rare case, Ito probably has the highest academic background in the company. You may think you're hiding it, but it's obvious. Especially when it comes to Ogata, who's a late bloomer and only has a high school diploma.
That's not what I meant at all.
Then what about what you said to Yusui the other day? Even a dropout high school grad become a sub-manager, and yet you, a college graduate, can't even handle this? That's what you said, right? I remember it clearly. You didn't name names, but you meant Ogata. Sure, most mid-hires become sub-managers within a year, and Ogata took 2. Yeah, I joined as a mid-hire when this Nagoya branch opened at 23, but I struggled to line appointments or sales. It wasn't until I was 25 that I finally started getting results and became a sub. A year later, Kuwana transferred in. But it wasn't because he was a high school grad, and it's no excuse to look down at him. Also, Ogata is the one who practically held this crumbling Nagoya branch together for a whole year by himself. Even with a small budget, managing an entire branch alone is an insane feat. You get that, don't you? Physically and mentally, he's someone worthy of nothing but respect. To look down on that just because of his education or how long it took him to flourish, that's pure arrogance. The only reason he's older than that average sub is because he's been in the role longer. Frankly, he's already qualified to be a manager, but we decided it'd be faster to bring me in to rebuild the branch for now. Honestly, I debated until the last minute whether I should even promote you.
Huh?
But I decided to do it, because I believed making you a sub would help you grow more. I also let you decide between Shimizu and Yusui because I wanted to see how you'd judge them. And in the end, you chose based on not on experience, but on education and appearance. That choice made it clear you haven't grown yet. Ito was silent for a while, then cautiously asked,
Kuwana, did you know that Usui wouldn't work out?
Nope, not quite. But I've seen a lot of people quit. I did get the sense he wouldn't last long. But I did know Shimizu will be a quick asset. I was the one who recommended her to this company.
What?
And I also figure Ogata will probably let you make the call. With all his experience as a sub, he doesn't care much about whether someone's experienced or not. More importantly, I figured he'd prioritize your choice at the less experienced sub. You knew that too, didn't you? That's why you looked so annoyed when he said, "I'll leave it to you." This turned into a long talk, but that's why I think the experience was necessary for you. Just like how Shimizu, a junior college grad, turned out better than Yusui, who had a university degree. Having a higher education doesn't always mean better ability. There are plenty of excellent people like Ogata even with just a high school diploma. You need to take that to heart if you want to continue as an assistant manager. With that, Manager Kuwana left the meeting room. All that was left was a cup of untouched coffee. And Ito, silently crying in frustration, lips trembling. Now let's talk a bit about Yusui. I can't take this anymore. I was never cut out for sales. On the other day he got chewed out by Ito, Yusui dragged himself home instead of going to work. What should I do? I don't want to go back, but I have to. But for days, he was stuck in that endless loop of self-doubt. But yeah, not everything suits everyone. I'm going back to my old job. Luckily, Yusui had left all the company property, except his business cards, on his desk. He figured just holding on to the cards wouldn't be an issue, and fully committed to ghosting. Turns out, getting blacklisted is usually just within the same industry. I want to go back to food service anyway. They even said they wanted me back. Forget starting my own business. I'm better off getting promoted in my old job. It just makes sense for me. No issue at all. Hello, manager. It's Yusui from before. Long time no see. I've been thinking it over, and I'd really love to come back. So, Yusui contacted his old job right away. He expected a warm welcome, but the response wasn't what he imagined.
Oh, hey, long time. Sorry, but I need to retract the offer for the manager role.
Huh?
Sui, did you actually submit your resignation at your current job?
Huh? Yep. Despite all that proud talk about his past experience, he had openly mentioned the restaurant name at work. Sensing something was off when Yusui didn't return that day, Manager Kuwana visited his old workplace the next day pretending to be a customer and explained the situation.
You probably had a hard time in a completely new industry. Giving up is one option when things don't work out. But ghosting like this, that's not okay. If you want to stand by your choices, you need to do it properly. Sorry, but I can't hire someone who talks a big game but doesn't show any sense of responsibility. Given our long history, I can offer you a spot as a part-timer. That's all.
And so, due to that whole ordeal, Yusui ended up getting blacklisted from the food service industry too, which led him to be becoming a freelancer, taking on contract work. I hate this. I was supposed to be a manager. Then again, just being offered the role doesn't mean he was actually qualified to manage a restaurant. Clinging to past glory and running from failure, he ghosted yet again. And eventually, he was even hit with a claim for damages.
Sub-Manager Ogata, you really are amazing.
A few days after Yusui disappeared, we were here today celebrating yet another one of Shimizu's Go achievements. She'd said she wanted to try high-end sushi this time, so we came to a fancy sushi restaurant. By the way, after that, Ito did apologize to me. Since then, her attitude's been fine. Nah, I'm just too stubborn to give up. Unlike you, Shimizu, I wasn't good at cold calls or walk-ins. I had nothing I was naturally good at.
So that's why you said it's better to focus on strengths. But to work hard without having a strength, I think that's way more impressive. You must be incredibly responsible and strong-willed. You're a genius of hard work.
People who become assistant manager or managers usually have some kind of talent for sales. For example, Manager Kuwana is extremely good at closing unexpected deals. Shimizu's case is a perfect example. So, how did Manager Kuwana even discover you?
Well, apparently he had a hunch for a while that there was a great cold caller somewhere. Then he analyzed the pattern of mistakes and traced it back to me, and scouted me directly.
Unreal. That guy once tracked down partner firms when he worked at HQ. There are rumors his private life has been rough, but to me, he's just an insanely talented boss. One tuna sushi coming up?
It's delicious!
Everyone's got different talents, so sometimes what you want to do and what you're good at don't match. But how you reconcile that and what choices you make, that's up to you. So with that said, hey Shimizu, I know this might be out of line given my position. That's why I want you to hear this not as your boss, but just privately. I like you. Sorry, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Yeah, things have been a little awkward between us lately, and I know exactly why. Because of her response, our relationship has felt less natural than it did before. But maybe that's just our way. I'm bad at love, but I still want to choose the path where I become her partner.
Love that reaction, just as I hoped. So yeah, me and Noriko are dating now. What? What are you? What? You got dumped by Noriko and now you're being comforted by some older woman? Don't be rude. What happened to Noriko, huh?
Don't forget this, Tsukasa. The pen is mightier than the sword.
My father used to tell me that all the time when he was alive. Yeah, I know. That's why I read a bunch of books again today. I love reading.
I see. You're a good kid, Tsukasa. No matter what you face in life, fight with a pen, not a sword.
Okay, I'll never forget that. Because I stayed true to my father's words, reading became a habit I did whenever I had spare time. Even after he passed and I became a third-year high schooler, that hasn't changed.
Tsukasa, can I talk to you for a sec?
Sure, what's up? This is Noriko Sonobano. She's my classmate and recently confessed to me, so now we're dating.
Sorry for interrupting your reading, but a bunch of people are struggling with English for entrance exams. They want your help.
Before I realized it, I was surrounded by several of Noriko's female friends. I glanced at their notebooks and began explaining. In cases like this, it helps to break no into not and any to make the meaning clearer.
Huh? You're right. That's amazing. No wonder you're top of the class. Your thinking's totally different. Sensei, can you also explain the different uses of that and how to tell them apart? And I'd love to hear tips for understanding long English passages too.
It was just a quick tutoring session during break, but it became popular and started happening regularly.
Thanks, Tsukasa. Everyone didn't want to interrupt your reading at first, but now they really appreciate it.
Reading's something I can do anytime. Tell them not to worry, and feel free to ask me anything. But there was one guy who clearly didn't like this little study group. Huh. What's with that gloomy bookworm getting all the attention from the girls? After the exams, I got into my first choice university in Tokyo. But most of my classmates stayed local for college, so Noriko and I ended up in a long-distance relationship.
It's just 4 years, right? In the grand scheme of life, that's nothing. I can handle long distance.
She said that cheerfully, but things changed when her job hunting started getting hectic. Even when I messaged her regularly, replies came slower or stopped altogether. Once her job hunt for her dream company settled down, I came home and asked to meet her. I wanted to share the good news that I'd secured an offer too, but then...
Tsukasa, I'm sorry. Let's break up.
Huh? Why?
There's someone else I want to be with. He helped me through my job hunt.
I tried to stay in touch and support her, but she had someone close by who could comfort her right away. After that, Noriko just kept apologizing through tears, and then... Hey now, don't be so hard on her, man. You're being pathetic. That smug, grinning guy walked up. I knew who he was. You're Sanue Toge, right? We were in the same class in high school. Huh, I'm honored the class genius remembers me, but could you not make her cry, please? What goes on between Noriko and me doesn't concern you. Love that reaction, just as I hoped. So yeah, me and Noriko are dating now. What? What are you? So that's why she was crying. My hands started trembling. I clenched my fists without thinking. Man, watching you all shaken up is hilarious. So even the genius falls apart when he gets news like this, huh? He goes to the same college as Noriko. When he saw her struggling, he jumped at the chance. The first love I thought I was nurturing, even from a distance, was crushed in an instant by an old classmate. Luckily, being away from my hometown helped me move on pretty quickly. After graduating, I joined Love Koi Publishing. My dad always wanted me to work in the world of pens. I became an editor.
Yarai, your proposal just got approved. The department head's looking forward to it.
Really? I'll work harder than ever. Pouring myself into work helped me forget all about Noriko and Sen. Now I'm building a solid career in the world of books I love.
Thanks for the introduction the other day, Tsukasa. The interview went super smoothly thanks to you.
Really? I'm so glad it helped, Hina. As we enjoyed her delicious dinner, we shared peaceful smiles. This is my colleague, Hina Kioi. We joined the company the same year, and we've been dating for 2 years now. She works in a different department and is busier than me, but whenever she has time, she treats me to her amazing cooking.
Hey, what happened with that project the boss loved so much because of the title?
You mean Absolute Asset Defense Line? Turns out the boss is a fan of that anime set in Hakone.
Oh, so that title really hit the mark, huh?
Yeah, now he wants the font and design to look just like that anime's title.
Like Crash of the Market, maybe?
Right, or Unknown Closing Price.
And we've got to sneak in I Mustn't Run Away somewhere.
I've been racking my brain for a whole week on how to make that work. Makes me dizzy.
You mustn't run away, Tsukasa.
Work talk like this, plus having great chemistry, being with Hina is genuinely fulfilling. Still, it's a serious finance guidebook.
If we go too heavy on the anime references, we might not find a willing author.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to ask you something, Hina. I put my hands together, and she immediately seemed to catch on, her eyes widening slightly.
Wait, you're thinking of asking that person?
Yeah, Mr. Tora Nomon. I figured if you introduced me, he might agree.
True. he'd probably be fine with a bit of humor. And I'd love to return the favor for the lead you gave me. So yeah, I'll ask him.
Thanks, Hina. Just like that, Hina and I supported each other's work and had a great relationship built on mutual respect. I'm Tsukasa Yarai. I'm the lead on this project and will be handling the editing. Nice to meet you. A few weeks later, Mr. Toranomon gave us a positive response, and we met to discuss things in person.
Nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you from Hina.
Huh? A lot like what?
That's a secret for now. Let's talk business first.
Right. Looking forward to working with you today. After the meeting, Toranomon-sensei agreed to write after understanding the project's concept. That was probably thanks to Hina giving her a push beforehand, too. Grateful for Hina's support both professionally and personally, I made a suggestion to Toranomon-sensei. Sensei, do you have time after this? Hina mentioned you like sushi. Actually, there's a great place nearby I'd love to take you to.
Oh, how thoughtful. I was just wondering what to do for dinner. I'd love to take you up on that.
After the meeting, we headed to a high-end sushi spot, praised by celebrities and close to Lovekoi Publishing. It's a familiar place I've used many times, and had booked in advance for today.
Hirai, welcome. I've got your usual seat in the back ready.
Thanks, chef. We sat at the back of the counter. I asked about her preferences, and let the chef take care of the rest.
I don't come to this area often, so it's my first time here. Lovely place.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's one of my favorites. I always feel at home here.
You're sharp and elegant. No wonder Hina's so into you.
Seeing her chuckle so warmly made me a little embarrassed. I was trying to figure out when to bring up the rumors she'd heard from Hina when...
Welcome.
A man about my age walked in with a young woman, and I instinctively widened my eyes. Huh? Isn't that Tsukasa Yarai? It was Uke Toge Sen, a former classmate I'd honestly forgotten even existed. Uke Toge, huh? Long time no see. No way, running into you here of all places. It was the first time we'd met since that day at the park 2 years ago, when we talked with Noriko. But the woman beside him wasn't Noriko. Did they break up? Or... I was thinking about that when... This isn't the kind of place you come to dressed like that. You gotta wear a nice suit, like us big city bankers. What, the top student from high school can't even land a job that requires a suit? While saying that, Uke Toge sized up Toranomon-sensei sitting beside me. What, you got dumped by Noriko and now you're being comforted by some older woman? Don't be rude. What happened to Noriko, huh? He looked momentarily flustered at my words, but quickly returned to his smug look. Jealous much? I never cared about that girl. I just wanted to piss you off. Guys like me get all the young girls we want. I'm a busy elite banker after all. She got annoying, so I dumped the girl I stole from you. Simple as that. Sen was full of himself, ranting like he'd won something. I couldn't let this escalate. Chef, please send the bill later. Sensei, I'm very sorry. Shall we go somewhere else? Huh. Look at you pretending to be a regular with that send the bill talk. Running away, huh? Dinner's just finished. Shall we, Sensei? I was seething, but this wasn't the time to make a scene. Raising a sword here would solve nothing. I swallowed my anger and left the shop. Kuh, what a lame guy. Hey, chef, can you clear this seat for us? Taking a girl into seat at a top place like this? Tonight's gonna be...
Leave. We don't serve customers like you here.
What?
What is wrong with you? Ugh, this is so lame. I'm leaving.
After we left, Uke Toge was left behind, hit with cold stares from the chef and the woman. Later, we moved to a nearby bar, and I apologized again to Toranomon-sensei.
That classmate of yours is something else. Does Hina know about him?
No, I figured I'd never see him again, so I never mentioned him.
Well, given his personality, there is a chance he'll show up again. You should let her know.
I nodded and confirmed her writing schedule, then saw her off in a taxi. I hoped running into Uke Toge was just a fluke, but life's never that kind. Do we really need to be at this party?
No idea why you got an invite, but if we bankers get flagged by the FSA, we're finished.
But isn't the guest of honor a former FSA official? What influence does he still have? The event was held at a luxury hotel ballroom, an extravagant party celebrating a new publication.
Careful what you say. Good thing I didn't let you come alone.
Yeah, whatever you say. Sen gave a half-hearted reply as they walked. Then... Huh? You again? He looked surprised to see me, then immediately flashed that same unpleasant smirk. Still can't dress for the occasion, huh? Always breaking dress codes. That's all you've got? Pathetic. His eyes raked over me with the same sneer he always had back in high school. We barely interacted then, but I always felt his hostility.
Hey, don't pick fights with people you don't even know.
Nah, it's fine. We're old classmates. He's nothing special. Can't even dress right for a formal event like this. He didn't care his boss tried to stop him. Poor guy, stuck with a subordinate like that? Then again, his boss wasn't much better. Once he decided I wasn't important, he stopped trying. No dress code means there's no need for a suit. Didn't I write that on the invitation myself? His eyes widened again, but this time there was a flicker of doubt. What? You wrote it? Don't be ridiculous. That's such a lame lie. It's not a lie. I'm on the organizing side of this event. I'm the editor in charge of the academic book we're celebrating tonight at Lovekoi Publishing. Sen grimaced, finally realizing how bad his position was. He's with an elite publishing house? In our field, formal suits and ties aren't the norm. Business casual that balances comfort and professionalism is standard, even at dinners like this. But he didn't know that. To him, suits were everything.
So all that noise was you again.
It was Toranomon-sensei, of course. She was also attending the party.
Sensei, it's an honor to meet you. I'm Corey from G Bank. Please, we hope to work closely with you going forward.
Yes, Toranomon-sensei used to be a top official at the Financial Services Agency. Now she teaches at a university, but still holds major influence over financial institutions.
Oh my. Well then. You're the banker who called me old at that sushi restaurant a few months ago, aren't you?
Uetoge sprouts a visibly nervous reaction. Clearly, he now realizes who Toranomon really is and is panicking.
I mean, old, you say?
Uetoge's boss is also shaken by this unexpected revelation. He had no idea his subordinate had already stepped in it.
I met the young man next to you, and compared to the young woman you brought, he stared at me like I was something to scoff at and said it.
That's outrageous! Hey, Uetoge, did you really say something like that to her?
No. I mean, it was just a figure of speech, or...
Idiot! What do you mean, figure of speech? Ma'am, please accept our deepest apologies for what the youngster here said. I'm terribly sorry. You too.
apologize properly. I sincerely apologize. While Uetoge and his boss profusely bow and sweat bullets,
Sorry I'm late.
Hina comes rushing in, out of breath from what looks like getting off work. No worries, we're just in the first mingling session after the toast.
Ah, great. Auntie, congratulations on your new book.
Yes, Toranomon is Hina's father's sister. She's family.
Thank you. You didn't have to force yourself to come. You're busy.
Who else would celebrate the release of a collaboration between you and Tsukasa if not me?
This party is to celebrate the release of a book written by Toranomon, which I edited.
Well, yes. We met thanks to Hina's introduction, but it came to be because I was impressed by Tsukasa's talent and character. It was his charm that convinced me.
Many editors had tried and failed to pitch her before. Getting her to publish was a huge win for us. No way. So your brilliance is still going strong? You could have said that sooner. Don't start with weird accusations. You're the one who picked a fight out of nowhere. Realizing what I do for work, Uetoge starts yelling to cover up his own mistake. But
Could this be the same banker who acted rude to Auntie?
exactly. Toranomon said since it's a chance, we should invite them. When I say that, Hina gives Uetoge a frosty smile and hands him a business card.
Nice to meet you. I'm Kioi Hina, Toranomon's niece and Tsukasa's colleague.
Fighting with Weekly Pen? Yes, Hina works in the infamous Weekly Pen department, Justice Served Cold. They cover celeb gossip, yes, but they're known for exposing corruption in politics and business through deep investigative journalism. They push their targets into a corner using the power of a pen. We have nothing to hide from Weekly Pen, right, Uetoge? Yes, exactly. I can't speak for other banks, but we've got nothing shady going on.
Oh, really? Scummy bank, huh? I bet there's a little dirt to dig up. Well, since we've met, I'll be sure to ask Auntie about you two in detail.
No way. And with that, Uetoge and his boss practically flee the party venue. After that, the proposal was approved, and my department hit the top spot in copies printed, sales revenue, and sell-through rate. I'm sure my reputation is up. Now, if only I get my desired transfer in the next reshuffle. Thinking of that, I came to our usual fancy sushi joint to wait for Hina, who's working late. Hey, Yurai. You again, acting so casual, but did your boss forgive you for what you said to Toranomon? They were hounding me for a while, but then they suddenly stopped. I think I slipped away clean. Ha ha. Slipped away? Seriously? Do you even feel bad? Even if it weren't Toranomon, saying stuff like that isn't okay. Shut up. Don't lecture me. Young equals righteous, no matter the gender. You're just jealous that I'm popular with young girls, huh? Ha ha. Before I can even respond, a voice comes from behind.
Young girls? So you're out here laughing after tossing me aside?
It's my ex, Noriko. I haven't seen her since that park nightmare. Uetoge hasn't noticed me yet, but he's clearly thrown off by Noriko's intense glare. What's going on? You doing okay?
I finally found you. Blocking me on all social media and running away. Ugh, so cruel. You egged me into breaking up with Tsukasa, then dumped me for someone else? You lied to me?
Noriko's full of resentment toward Uetoge, her eyes dead. Then suddenly, she starts bawling like a child.
I I couldn't find you on my own, so I hired a private investigator. They said you show up at this fancy sushi place.
Private investigator? Hey, don't cry here in public. I get it. You really loved me.
Don't flatter yourself. I'm not hung up on you. What I feel is pure hatred. How could you?
Seems like Ue Toge dumped Noriko right after achieving his goal of stealing her from me. Noriko, on the other hand, refused to back down after leaving me, so she clung to Ue Toge and wouldn't let go. Eventually, a year ago, Ue Toge hit his limit and ran, even filed for a department transfer apparently. What a mess. Ue Toge's scummy behavior is one thing, but Noriko hiring a PI is next level scary. Back when we dated, I never imagined she had this side to her, as I observe in silence.
Sorry to keep you... Huh? What's going on, Tsukasa?
Hina shows up, and, seeing the chaos, whispers to me.
So wait, this is that ex you told me about?
I nod. At Toranomon's suggestion, I had told Hina about my history with Ue Toge and Noriko.
Wait, Tsukasa?
And with Hina's arrival, Noriko finally notices me.
Wow, what are the chances? This has to be fate, right? I was tricked by Ue Toge back then. I wasn't in my right mind. Tsukasa, can we start over?
Okay, that's enough. We all know what you're gonna say and what Tsukasa's gonna answer. Total waste of time.
What's your deal? This is between me and Tsukasa.
If it involves Tsukasa, it involves me. I'm his fiancé.
Fiance?
Yes, I just proposed to Hina the other day. We're currently house hunting, right in the honeymoon phase.
You say he tricked you, but you think you did nothing wrong? You betrayed a great guy like Tsukasa and played the victim. There are always women like that. I see them all the time at work. Total disasters.
I didn't mean to hurt anyone.
Don't you realize you ended up hurting them anyway? And yet all you do is talk about your own pain. If you keep harassing Tsukasa any further, we'll have to call the police. Is that okay with you?
Noriko had been ready to argue back, but the moment Hina mentioned the word police, she gave up and slumped to the ground, completely deflated.
And you, the banker over there?
Ue Toge, who had been trying to sneak away ever since Noriko broke down, is called out by Hina. What is it?
Start getting your affairs in order. And if there's someone you want to see, you better go now.
Ue Toge looks confused, his face pale. I don't know what Hina truly meant, but her eyes were deadly serious. Trying to avoid Hina's gaze, Ue Toge stumbled away from the scene. A few days later, We Fight with the Pen Weekly scooped a massive fraudulent loan scandal at Guess Bank. Why me? I was just following orders from my boss. This is insane. The one arrested was Ue Toge Sen, and then...
Why am I in this too? Are you saying I was tricked by that woman? I told everything because I thought I'd get a deal.
During interrogation, Ue Toge and his superior each shouted and raged their own excuses, but naturally, none of it was accepted. Noriko, on the other hand, remains depressed over her inability to resist going along with the crowd and continues to shut herself in. Her days consist of sitting in the dark, staring vacantly at the television.
Huh? Sen got arrested? Seriously? That's hilarious.
Despite the words, her expression remains dark. It may still take time for Noriko to bounce back. To celebrate Toranomon's book surpassing 100,000 copies sold, she, Hina, and I held a little party. Congratulations!
Thank you. But Hina, you made a backdoor deal for that article, didn't you? To get that incompetent boss to spill everything?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You got him to hand over the evidence in exchange for pinning everything on Tsukasa's classmate, didn't you?
Even if my aunt provided the lead, I can't disclose details of the investigation.
Toranomon, a former director at the financial services agency, still has deep ties to the finance world. Digging up info was easy for her.
I just wanted to punish the guy who insulted my dear niece's fiance. But Hina wouldn't tell me anything. Tsukasa? Hina's the best woman you'll ever meet, even from her aunt's perspective. But be careful. She's in a very scary department.
Yes, though I'm transferring to that scary We Fight with the Pen department myself next month.
What? This is the first I'm hearing of it. You're really coming to Pen Fight?
The notice just came today. I've been requesting the transfer for a while. Finally got it. Yes, I do like my current job, but I've always wanted to work at Pen Fight with Hina. That's because to fight evil using words, using the pen, that was my father's teaching. No matter how much society moves away from print, no matter if paper books vanish, I'll never let the power of words fade.
Tsukasa. Yeah, let's work hard together.
I'd better watch myself too.
We Fight with the Pen Weekly is so influential, it's known as the righteous hammer that silences even crying children. But depending on your view, that might mean the pen itself can become a weapon.
Listen, Tsukasa, never forget the saying, the pen is mightier than the sword.
Even now, when I can no longer see my father, his teachings echo in my heart with ever-changing meaning.